Hey everybody, Brian Trow coming to you from Mossy Creek Fly Fishing with your fly fishing forecast. The date today is Monday, April 26th. So there's a lot of information to get through. We're kind of like at some peak spring conditions. So a lot of great options out there for you all if you're looking to go fishing in the next week or so. So let's start off with what happened the night before last. We got a lot of rain. Most of the valley and most of the western part of the state got an inch or over an inch of rain. So the ground really took it. It really gave everything a refresh. We were out checking all the water levels yesterday and today, and everything's great. The brook trout streams are in peak shape. The spring creeks are awesome. I've been on some of the larger rivers, the Shenandoah and the James, over the last few days, and they're in really good shape too. So we thought we were a little worried that that heavy rain was going to blow out some of the rivers, and of course, our fish are spawning or just about to spawn. So let's start there. I've been on the river quite a bit over the last week or two. So we were on the James this past weekend, and the males are definitely guarding their nests right now. So that changes the dynamic altogether. We like to kind of lay off them a little bit when they're sitting right on their nests trying to guard their eggs. They're going to be guarding those for quite some time until those little eggs hatch into fry. And then, of course, as soon as that happens, those males will come off really, really hungry because they haven't eaten properly. They've been, chasing predators off. The hens should be off the nest. We didn't see any females on any nest, so they're probably off already starting to eat as well. The Shenandoah is a little bit behind the James. It always is. It's a colder river. So when we were on the Shenandoah earlier last week, they had not moved into their spawning spots yet. So if you know where those places are, you can really catch some of the biggest fish of the year. We've had a lot of 19 and 20 inch fish caught over the last couple weeks. So that's kind of where we are. We always have health concerns on the Shenandoah, especially this time of year. We have a lot of runoff. If the fish are going to get sick, usually in the next month or so is when it happens. So keep a lookout for them. Hopefully we don't get too many high water events. Hopefully they get a really successful spawn. Our bigger rivers, especially the Potomac and the New and the James, really need a good successful spawn. They've missed several spawn classes and are hurting a little bit because of that. So we'll be keeping you up to date on the bass, the smallmouth, and how the rivers are. But the water levels are good, and the good news too is we've got really warm air coming, and that warmer air is really going to kick things into overdrive. So looks like tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're going to be in the 80s, which will be nice because we had a lot of nights in the 20s last week. So that's going to spur on more hatches. It's going to bump the trout and the bass's metabolism up. Everybody's going to kick into overdrive. Probably another week or so, we'll start seeing muskie show back up again because they'll be done with their spawn. So there's just a lot of options for anglers out there in Virginia this time of year. Let's move up high into the mountains. We've got great reports coming from North River, Upper, Dry River, Skidmore Fork, over in the park, on the Rapidan, the Conway, Madison Run, Payne Run, the Mormons. All these streams have been fishing really, really well. The bigger bugs are beginning to show up, so that would be like our March Browns. March Browns are pretty large, size 12, so first really big mayfly meal for the brook trout for the season. Lots of fun to fish, so be on the lookout for March Browns. They're mottled brown mayfly. Be on the lookout for Hendricksons, for Cahills. We've been watching some sulfurs pop in the last week or so. So as we move into May here, things are really going to explode. We're going to have all kinds of bugs. The fish will have a lot of choices. In some cases, like for the brook trout, that's good. On the spring creeks, it can make it a little bit tough. If they key in on one of those bugs, you've really got to key in on which one they're eating. All right. The spring creeks are in really good shape. We've had sporadic hatches over the last week or two. We've even seen early tricos. We've had blueing olive hatches. We've had early sulfurs. Still haven't had that first really big sulfur spinner fall yet, but be on the lookout for it. I would be surprised if we don't get one by the end of this week, with all the warm air starting to come in and really change things. So water levels are perfect. Water temperatures are really improving. It looks like our first chance of rain is like into Friday as a cold front comes through, and things cool down a little bit for the weekend. But all in all, this is the time of year Virginian anglers really spread out as they can because there's just so many options. The Department of Game is still out stocking some waters. Remember, our delayed harvest streams are going to be good to fish until around the 1st of June. So you've got a little over a month to enjoy those. So go hit your favorite delayed harvest. North River delayed harvest is one of mine. It's a lot of fun to fish, really beautiful water. Get out and enjoy the brook trout while the hatches are good and while the water levels are good. And we've got a lot to look forward to on our warm water streams and fisheries as we go through the spring here. So anyway, as always, give us a call here at the shop if you have questions about specific flies. Give us a call or email us or stop by, and we'll try and keep you guys up to date as to everything going on this spring. Awesome. Get out on the water.